Snow. Cold, white, crunchy snow. An entire mountainside covered with it, and me, right in the middle of it. The Boy Scout motto is to be prepared for anything. But at this moment, trudging through this snow, in a cotton t-shirt and shorts, with a heavy backpack weighing me down, I'm feeling woefully unprepared. How did I get myself into this situation? Fellow Toastmasters, the Tahoe-Yosemite Trail stretches from Lake Tahoe down the Sierra Nevadas to Tuolumne Meadows in Yosemite National Park. This 181-mile stretch captures some of the most magnificent views that California wilderness has to offer. I mean, all the gelt in the world couldn't buy you views like this. And at age 17, I and 5 of my friends decided that we were ready to conquer this 19-day trek. There was just one problem: timing. Eric, the oldest member of our group, gathered us together and told us that, according to the guidebook, the best time to go is July or August. The weather is warm and all the snow in the Sierras will have melted by then. Andy, the big brawny brute in our group, spoke up. Well, August won't work for me. I've got football training camp. And July won't work for me, I said. My family's planning a vacation. Well, I guess that leaves June, and we'll just have to hope that all the snow has melted by then. 2 days into our trip, we knew we had made the right decision. We passed through meadows blanketed in wildflowers, purple, orange, and blue. The smell of pine needles flooded our noses, and the only sound in that warm summer air was the chirping of the birds in the aspen trees above us. We felt free and energized. On that second day, we were approaching Dick's Pass, the first major climb of our hike. To our right sat Dick's Lake, crystal clear, still, and serene. Suddenly, the air was pierced by a woo-hoo! Puzzled, we pushed forward to a clearing in the trees, and what we saw was a complete surprise. First of all, the trail up ahead disappeared into a bank of snow. In fact, the entire mountainside leading up to Dick's Pass was covered in snow. And what we saw were 2 hikers coming down toward us, sitting on their aluminum frame backpacks, using them as sleds, and hollering, woo-hoo! All the way down. Andy, the football player in the group, saw this, and his eyes lit up. This is gonna be fun! Andy, you do realize that we have to hike up that snowbank, don't you? Oh, yeah. Maybe this won't be so fun for us. It was not fun. It was a nightmare. We spent the next 4 hours climbing. In some spots, the snow was soft and crunchy, which meant that your feet sank into it. It was like hiking through quicksand. In other spots, the snow was solid, but icy, which meant that with each step you risked slipping and bruising yourself on the rock-hard surface. Up here, there were no more wildflowers, and the pine trees were few and far between. There was nothing to mask the odor of our sweaty, exhausted bodies. Finally, Dick's Pass came into view. We were getting close. I looked back down at Dick's Lake, now 800 feet below us. And I realized that the only thing between us and those freezing cold waters was a steep slope of ice. Ooh. Just don't look down. I focused my gaze on our destination, that mountain pass just above us, and continued marching forward, which was my mistake. With my eyes now focused above us, that was all it took for me to lose my footing. I took a step and my boot slipped out from under me. I tried to catch myself, but my heavy pack pulled me to the side, and before I could even think, I was falling. sliding down that steep, slippery slope. I tried kicking my heels into the snow, but they wouldn't grip. I tried twisting to one side, but I was strapped into my backpack and it had me pinned down like a straitjacket. I was helpless. Now sledding down this slope, much like those two hikers we saw earlier, only I was headed straight for this icy lake 800 feet below. Suddenly, thankfully, incredibly, a manzanita bush rose up in front of me. I slid straight into the bush, and it stopped my fall. I looked back up and saw Eric unbuckle his pack, hand it to Andy, and carefully make his way down to me. Listen, Philip, we have to get back up there and get over this pass before sunset. What if I can't make it? What if I fall again? You won't. You're gonna be fine. All you need to do is just focus on each step and keep moving forward. Eric was right. Together, we made it back up to the group. Everyone was relieved, except for Andy. What he said to me was, "Oh man, I wanted to go sledding." We made it over the pass and to our campsite on the other side. Throughout the rest of our trek, we encountered more obstacles. But every time I came across a hurdle that seemed too big for me to overcome, I remembered Eric's advice to just focus on each step and keep moving